You earn mastery points from leveling up. The mastery system is all about controlling how your character levels and having a little bit more fine-tuned control. Therefore, the only way you get mastery points is when you level up. Starting at an early level, right now it's about level 10, you get a single point of mastery every single level until you max out your character. These points can then be spent to purchase mastery line improvements or new abilities. So the mastery system's a little bit confusing. There's two aspects to it. One is improving the abilities you already have. The other is buying additional abilities. What the player can choose to do is increase their mastery by spending points. Increasing your mastery makes everything in the mastery get better. So, if you have a fireball, and as part of the Path of Flame mastery, you put points into that mastery, your fireball will get stronger. However, in addition to that, for variety's sake, we've also put additional rewards. When you reach certain levels of mastery, you'll be able to buy new spells, like Conflagration of Doom, where the entire ground around you erupts in big, burning, boiling flames. These are optional. The player can choose to buy them if they want, but they're not something they have to get. Path. There are two types of abilities you can get. Your base abilities and your additional abilities. Every mastery path will have an equal number of base abilities starting out. If a player class has a total of 20 abilities in it, for example, they will have 25%, 5 of them in core, and then 25%, 5 each, in each of the masteries. Up and beyond that, there are additional rewards, abilities, tactics, and morale you can purchase through the mastery system. Those are all equivalent. There are just as many abilities available as there are tactics, and, however, there's only one really good morale ability. It's pretty impressive, so we only wanted to put one in there. Mastery isn't replacing the metagame that people find from fine-tuning tactics and controls of their character. It's just adding another layer to it. Tactics and morale are still going to be there. What the tactics and morale are more of a play session choice. The mastery system is more of a lifetime choice. So you'll be able to unlock more tactics and morale through the mastery system, but then you'll still be able to fine-tune your character piece by piece as you play the game, depending on how you're playing the game and who you're playing the game with. Absolutely, you'll be able to respec your character. You'll be able to do so fairly easily. There will be a cost associated with it. We haven't determined what it is right now. Throughout beta, we're going to leave it in as free and slowly work on the cost for respec based off of feedback. Masteries are not focused on increasing passive skills. They're focused on improving the things that you are actively doing in combat. Things like statistics, passive bonuses to dodge, block, parry, those aren't encompassed in the mastery system. The only way they're improved there is if you improve a buff, for example. If you have a strength buff in your buff line mastery, and you improve that mastery, the strength buff will get better. But your stats are not going to be better the entire time. One thing we're trying to avoid with casters in general is a mastery focused around crowd control. In a PvP game, crowd control just is not fun to fight against. It's great for the person that's playing as the crowd controller because you can just laugh as the guys sit there frozen. The important thing is classes like the Magus and the Bright Wizard that are really focused on doing damage and negative things to their enemies will continue to do so. So they will have lines that do direct damage, fast casting direct damage, slow but powerful direct damage, area effect direct damage in all sorts of different types, whether it be explosive fireballs, flame breath, PBAOEs that happen around them. They'll also have a variety, depending on the class, of debuffs and other negative effects that they can apply to other people. The long story short is, we're working very hard on making sure everything is as viable as possible in PvE and RVR. The goal here is to continue tweaking throughout beta so all of the paths given to a player can allow them to do whatever they want in the game. One might be better at one type of role, which might be a little bit more PvE oriented. Defense, for example. Whereas offense is, generally speaking, more PvP oriented. Does it mean you can't go out and play if you're that spec? Absolutely not. We're trying our best, and we're continuously balancing to make sure every choice a player makes is one they can play with.